getting a couple things set up here. Making sure I can see the chat. Okay, I think I got everything figured out, but let me just make sure I can monitor the live stream first. Oh, I need this light on. Hang on. Very important. There we go. Ah, much brighter. Okay, hang on. I'm making sure. Here we go. All right. Okay, I can see the live stream now. So, yeah, I've been experimenting with going live on YouTube and doing a lot of unlisted videos, and so this is the first time I'm going to go live in public for a while and just do a final test. I did one a couple of weeks ago, and it was terrible because I had the audios in the wrong jacks, and I couldn't get my voice figured out over the synth. And I've done a lot of testing since then. I have an iPad here that I can watch the chat as it comes in, and I actually set up multi-tracking on my computer, so it's actually going to record everything I'm doing through the ES9 and also allow me to record the Zermixa MIDI controls, so that those go into the Ableton Live as well, so that I can actually have a recording of this and just see how multi-tracking goes, because to be honest, I've been doing this for 12 years and I really haven't done multi-tracking. A lot of it's just been stereo out to the Zoom and using a camera. So yeah, so this is going to be really cool now that I have this set up and I have the computer set up. And I thought, why not just do the overhaul and maybe do some more of these live streams as we go, just to give myself a chance to talk to you and just to say hello, talk on the chat, and just kind of walk through the process of some of the things that I do when I live stream or whenever I arrange stuff. So it's really just a kind of a playground for me to be able to play and say hello and find interesting things, because I do like to play in front of an audience, and even if there's just a handful of people on the live stream, I'm still able to you know, say hey and make sure everything sounds good on your end. So right now I am just making sure that I can see all the messages in case anybody is watching. And if you are watching, just type in the chat just to say hello so I know it's working, because I'm trying to figure that out. There's probably a 45-second delay between live and the chat before I see it, and then by the time I respond, it'll be another 45, but I'm not sure how long I'm going to go today. I'm just going to play through this patch because this is going to be it. I'm going to pull this one. I've been playing with it for 2 weeks and I'm kind of done with it, and I want to try some new things. But this has been a really great test. And yeah, so hopefully my voice sounds good over the music and I can bring it in and out. I can take my voice off completely with just a little attenuator down here. And I can also adjust the volume on the Zermixa to bring my audio up whenever I'm not talking. So this would be like the maximum. So I can bring it back down when I'm talking. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, hey, what's up? Awesome, Polyphonico and Susan Horton, hello. Thanks for joining. And yeah, I'm gonna walk through this patch a little bit. I finally have set up some multi-tracking, as I said before, which is the first time. I've had an ES9 for a couple of years and I've just never been able to figure out how to do it. And I just said, I'm gonna do it this month. And I actually got the MIDI breakout as well. So it's taken some MIDI signals from the Zermixa. So not only am I recording the tracks, but it's also taking all of my my mute switches, my panning, any kind of volume controls. It's also recording those into the Ableton Live as well. So I can go back and adjust those, or if I want to do any kind of production with it afterwards, that'd be great. But this is actually the first time I've multi-tracked, and you're here with me. So welcome to my studio. And yeah, I'm gonna, let's see, I can walk through a little bit of what I have here. Hopefully the music isn't too loud over me talking. But I have my synth gear here, obviously. The GoPro's up here with a light that's on the top that's giving me this nice LED. And I don't want it to fall off. There we go. All right. And I'm watching the stream itself on the phone just to make sure it's a healthy stream. And I should have pretty good upload speeds here. I have an iPad just to watch the chat room as we're going, and then over here is my computer with all the multi-tracking. And it's recording it's not recording my voice, it's just recording the production, like the music, the synth. I have a Zoom H6 over here that's recording my voice and the synth as a stereo in case I want that for later. But yeah. So, let's see what we got here. Oh, the mix between music and mic is perfect. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna play for a little bit and I'll come back out. I'm just gonna play something and I'm gonna talk a little bit about what I'm doing, and as I bring in voices and do different things. Also, you should be hearing this in stereo. For example, this is the Mannequin's Mangrove doing this nice 4-mint filter that's being sequenced by the Sputnik here. But if I turn the pan on all the way, should be to the far right. The reverb is on everything, but you should hear the voice in the far right, or your right. Bring it back a little bit. Okay, we're gonna bring this up and bring me down and just play a little bit. Glad the pan is working. Thank you for that. Hey, Frederick. No, this is the first time I've actually on live with my studio setup and with the voiceover. And it's the first time I'm actually multi-tracking using the ES9, and that's working great. I'm using the GoPro 10, which has a streaming automatically through the phone and everything. So it's like super sweet. And I have an LED on the top of the GoPro so you can see my face. And yeah, this is the first time I'm actually doing this. I've done some testing over the past couple of weeks with like unlisted videos, but this is like legit. I feel pretty comfortable about it. So this is my final test, just making sure everything works. But you know, when you go live on YouTube, things happen, things change. So certainly chat and let me know how things are going, and hopefully the mix is good between my voice and the synth. I do bring the synth up and down as I'm talking, just so you can hear the full effect. And it should be in stereo, should be 1080p, so it should be pretty good quality. At least all my tests have shown that. I've actually had my mom on the other side, who's Susan Horton on the chat. So I was doing unlisted, and I was just having her be my like audio guide just to make sure everything's going good. So yeah, so I think I've got it nailed for now, pending any kind of you know, Wi-Fi issues or anything. Also, everything is being synced up through the missing link from Circuit Happy, which is doing the clock that's connecting my laptop and the synth. So Circuit Happy's ML2M. Finally had that really set up properly in my studio, so I'm really excited that that is like the heart that's connecting all of my gear together. So yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit more. before I go any further, just want to kind of show what I'm doing with the Sputnik modular keyboard. So it's connected to the Mannequin's Mangrove, which is this voice, which is panned a little to the right. And then I also have the Tora Ceteritas Alia from Noise Engineering. And that one's panned a little to the left. Here it is by itself. A little bit of like phase modulation that I'm seeing there. So that both of these are being sequenced through the Sputnik modular keyboard, which if you've never used it before, I've had this thing for like 10 years and it's just been wonderful because I'm classically trained in piano, but I love doing arpeggios with it. So you can play the keyboard. But the moment you do 2 notes, it'll start arpeggiating, or 3 notes, or 6 notes, or 7. So in order to kind of freeze this arpeggiation, so let's say I like these notes, but I want to hold it, I have to press the hold, which is way over here. So sometimes if I'm playing in the upper register, I can't reach it. So I'll do something creative like, I don't know, I'll try to do this here. Then it holds that pattern. It's set up for random arpeggiation, so I can do up or down as well. So this would be up. Or I can go down. But I like to use the random. It just really gives it this more human feeling. Then it also has an octave switch, so every now and then I can, or take it an octave higher. And my Sputnik is frozen. It'll play, but the moment I try to do an arpeggiation, I've had issues with this thing for like 10 years, but I don't want to get rid of it. So that's kind of why I have this, this power cable on the outside of my case. I just unplug it and plug it back in. My trigger coming in here. It does not like me today. There we go. I'm having more issues than I thought. It was working just great. Let me try internal. Wow, it's like dead. I mean, I could play it, but I can't arpeggiate. I mean, we were just arpeggiating like 2 minutes ago. Well, that's really bizarre. Okay, well, let me double check the trigger in. Yeah, it's got a good trigger in. Oh, hey June, how you doing? You caught me at a point where my module just, it's not arpeggiating. I can still play it, but it won't arpeggiate. Well, that is really a bummer. I will have to look at this later. So we're just going to go with it. Okay, I'm still trying to figure out this thing. I'm gonna do one more test with, I'm just gonna change out the cable. If this is the cable, that would be crazy. Okay, now it's like dead again. This is so much fun. And it's never gone out in a live performance though. That's beautiful. Hey! Hey, it's back! All right, let's play some more. Okay, so that is playing the loquelic Ateritas, which is the low end that you're hearing right now. And it's going through a sequencing with the Renee for Make Noise. And I can, it's also going through the Synth Machina, which is a VCA. So I can adjust the release as well. And then all the CV that is going through the loquelic is coming out of the mimetic digitalis, the old mimetic. And I'm just having it run 4 random step CVs into the morph, the fold, the modulate, and the damp CV inputs, just to give it some different textures. If I just turn that off, it's just one simple sound. If I advance it manually, another. And then I can adjust the release on it. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, that's nice. So the loquelic has 3 different algorithms. The first one is this one, just a VO algorithm. The second is the middle, the SS. I forget what they are. There's phase modulation. I forget, it's been like years since I looked at it. And then there's here's phase modulation here. They bring that release down. Then I'm going to add the mimetic digitalis step CVs back into the mix right here. I'm surprised, June, that you don't have a loquelic. I love it. I have 2 of them, actually. I love doing these like low-end, gritty sounds like this. If I take out the sequencing, this is really nice. Then I'm going to mix it here with the Manus Ateritas. Manus has such a unique sound. Anytime people put in their patches, you can pretty much recognize it. It's a nice gross oscillator that I just absolutely love. And I'm playing it at probably the softest. Here, I'll play it by itself. Yeah, that's pretty calm for the Manus. But if I start adding some other CD parameters, I'm mixing the Manus with the DeBell Ateritas, which is by itself, it's here. No Taco Bells tonight. I'm not going to play the Taco Bell. But this gets really soft and sweet too, with its additive oscillation. So DeBell is being sequenced by, where is it? The Melodicer from Vermona. So the Melodicer is a 16-step, I think it's 16, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's 12. It has, well, it's not really a steps. You can adjust each step, each note from C all the way to B. C, C sharp, D, E flat, F, G, and you can determine what the probability is of certain notes. So right now I have the probability high for the C, less of the E flat. The F is pretty high probability, the G is kind of in the mid-range, and then B flat's up pretty high. If I took out everything but the C and the B flat, so now it's just going back and forth between C and B flat. And I can also adjust the octaves with that as well to make the octave range a little higher. Or just keep it within the 1 octave range, or 1 note range really. I'll put it back where I had it. So I'm going to bring in the E flat. I'm going to do like a 50% probability that it's going to play in E flat. Now I'll bring the G back in. I'll do G about the same 50% probability. And I'll bring the F up maybe 30% probability. So I love that it just creates these nice, random, but yet organized patterns. You can also set the different rhythms, and so it's not playing the same rhythm over and over. If I actually took out, so it would remember this certain pattern, but I'm having it trigger, I don't know, every 16 steps just to change the pattern up a little bit. So that's why you kind of get these nice groups of really beautiful sequences, and then it alters it a little bit. Now you have another group of sequences, and I have another group of sequences. I can even change the rhythm itself. So just a press of a button, now the rhythm of those sequences have altered. I can hit the rhythm again, or you can CD or trigger the rhythm. All of them are great. I kind of love patching to where I try to make as little mistakes as possible, but everything here just sounds really pretty. So with the bell, I can bring up just some of the CD parameters like grit. Oh, nice reverb. Yeah, thank you for that. AB high, okay, yes. AB high 2J8B. The reverb is Desmodus Versio. That's what I'm using. I have two effects that are going. So this is Desmodus, and it's set pretty standard. There's not a whole lot of difference with it. I can give it a little distortion in the reverb. And I can give it some shimmer as well, but I'll play it, but I'm gonna put it back. Because it just rings out. And I can turn off the bell. And I can adjust the tone. And I can bring the tone back down. So yeah, Desmodus is the one that has the bat on it. It is the first, it's the first effects module that Noise Engineering came out with back in 2020. And it's a Versio, so you can swap the firmware with a bunch of other modules too. The other effect I'm using is Granulator Versio, which is the latest firmware that we put out in December. I work for Noise Engineering, so I have a lot of noise engineering in my set. But the Granulita I'm using more for drum effects. So if I just bring those in, except the kick drum. So I'll take out the debel. So these are running through Granulator Versio, which is like a chord resynthesizer. So in the tail of the reverb, you get all these interesting chords, which if I was to play like a drone, you would hear different chords, major, minor, just different scales, depending upon what your settings were. But in this case, since it's rhythm, it's just creating, it's still creating the same pitches, but since it's rhythmic, you're not catching the actual notes as much. I just love how this sounds. This is like a total happy accident. And then I have a CV going into the built-in verb that's within Granulita. So it's kind of opening it up and then shutting it off really quick. Now I'm going to bring in the kick drum, and you can kind of hear it, the rhythm section coming together. don't have a buchla. Where are you seeing the buchla at? If it's, let's see, I have, this is a Sputnik keyboard that fits in Eurorack, so that might be what you're referring to. 84 HP, very playable keyboard. And it does arpeggiation. So if I just play it, you know, by itself here. It does look like buco though. And then if I hold down two notes, it'll start arpeggiating on its own. There's an octave switch here as well. And then I can hold that pattern, which I love doing that. And then I can set the next arpeggiation. So let's say the next one is, I can do whatever I want here and it's not going to do anything. But the moment that I touch the hold button, it'll change the arpeggiation from what it is now to what it's going to be. It's so much fun to do arpeggios with. Hey, thanks Bold. I appreciate it. Thanks for chatting. And by the way, this is the first time that I have gone live with a voice, and first time I'm actually doing this. I've done a couple runs over the years, but the past 2 weeks I hunkered down. I've had the ES9 for like 2 or 3 years, and I've never been able to properly put it in my case right. So I have my computer, which I'm doing multi-tracking for the first time, me. Like, it's crazy. I've been doing this for almost 12 years, and everything I've done has always been stereo out to the Zoom. So it's kind of foreign, but now I put it past me because I have my computer that's recording all these tracks, and then with the Zur mixer, I'm using the MIDI out to the expander that the ES9 has. It's the TMB. It's like a 2 HP module that comes out from MIDI out into there, and then the Ableton will pick up that MIDI signal. So anytime I change any of the mutes or the volumes or the panning or anything like that, other than just the sound itself, it will track that as well. So every time I go up or go down on my switches, it'll actually turn it off and on as a MIDI signal into Ableton. So that's really cool if I want to, so if I want to do more multi-tracking or really come up with like awesome album ideas and really focus on each individual track and maximizing each track, that's great, because I can't tell you how many times I have performed and there's always that one track that's just too bright or too high, and I'm just painstakingly sitting in my EQ in post, just trying to like notch that down or something, and it's just like, you take your chances with it and you're like, you know what, that's good enough, it's better than what it was. So the fact that I can multi-track and be able to control all that's really, really cool. So it's going to take me some time to do more multi-tracking, but why not do multi-tracking and do the live stream? I have a GoPro 10. I think they're up to 14 now, so you know, the 10 was a bargain, and it has the Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. It has all the streaming capabilities built into it through Wi-Fi. And then I watched the stream signal on my phone, and I had this nice like LED attachment on the top so you can see me a little bit more. So yeah, and then this is my studio. This is where I work. I work remotely for noise engineering, so that's like all my work area. The production table is over here, where anytime I do demos for noise engineering, you'll probably see that table. I'm not going to move my camera, but maybe some other time. Right now, I'm just excited that everything's actually working. Then I have the Moog Sub-Fatty, which I bought in 2014 when I lived in Hollywood. And it was like the sound of analog just sucked me in, and probably 3 months after that, I bought the Hertz Donut Mark II and decided to go into modular. So that analog sound just hooked me, and then I bought digital modules. But so I stay with that one. The one above that, which you probably can barely see, this is an MS-10 from Korg. My brother, who's 8 years older than me, had given it to me because he's actually a drummer, but some guy owed him like $300. And he's like, well, this is like when I was much younger. And he said, I'll just take your keyboard until you pay me the money. The guy never paid my brother. So he walked away with the 1978 MS-10. He didn't know what to do with it. So he showed me, and that's really the thing that like got me interested in synthesis, is that damn filter on there playing like, what's the Frankenstein, Edgar Winter Group, you know, that thing. He kind of mocked it in there, even though that's not the synth that they used for the track, but my eyes lit up and I'm like, okay, I'm in. So I have that. He just gave it to me like 10 years ago and said, I have no use for it. Obviously you love it, so that was really cool. And I can show more stuff later, but I've been doing this almost for an hour, so I'm gonna kind of finish out this track. I think I went through everything. Let's see, the bell. Yeah, Frankenstein, Edgar Winter Group. Wow, that thing. So the bell is this. This is actually the hex inverter mutant snare that I have being filtered through Polaris. Yeah, just to kind of bring it out of a frequency range I didn't want it in. And then this is Manus Ateritas. And this is the Ultra Kick by SSF, the Entity Ultra Kick. I love using it for this kind of stuff. Then this is Loqualic Ateritas with the kind of the low end gritty sound. And then panned a little to the left side, or your left. No, my left, your right. I'm figuring things out. Is Taurus Ateritas Alea. It's a drone oscillator. And then I have some phase modulation being CV'd, which is when you hear that stuff every now and then. And that's actually being CV'd through the Erica Sense Black Octosource. That's just running a very slow LFO. That thing, it's great. Okay. Then this is the Mangrove Mannequins. Formant. And it's being filtered through the Mannequins Sisters. And then the last track on here, last track is Akemi's Taiko. So I'm running just a tight rhythm there and just having it do a bunch of different CV. It kind of just creates some glitchy percussive effects. And then my two effects are just Modus Versio for the reverb, and then Granulita Versio is what you're hearing with the Akemi's Taiko percussion, and then also the snare from Mutant Snare. So those are both going through Granulita Versio to create these interesting, they're like chords in the tail, but it just creates different pitches. And then I have the reverb that's built into the Granulita Versio, just cutting off and opening up. All the instruments that I'm using, I think I covered most of the effects. Let's see, am I missing anything? ES9, I'm using 4MS's quad clock distributor to kind of split up some of the rhythms. And the DPO is using the LFO of the DPO from Make Noise as an oscillator. That's actually, what is it doing? It's actually, I'm not really using it now, but I was using it for the Manus Ateritas. And yeah, the ES9, which is going out to the computer. So cool. Let me check the chat. Yeah, that mute and snare sound is so good. Once you can fine tune it, it has a built-in like filter, and I think it's got some reverb in it too. I don't know if it's that or the hi-hat. Yeah, it's got a little, yeah, I just love the mix. It can make it sound a little more snappy. But I use the Polaris filter to kind of keep it in a tighter frequency range. And then sometimes the decay opens up like that, goes and it comes back. What am I running for that? This is like spaghetti. Using the one of the outputs of the 4MS quad clock distributor to just occasionally open it and shut it really fast, like a gate. And then the reverb like picks that up and does weird things with it. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna, let's see, what am I gonna do? Let's wrap this up. It's been an hour for me, and thank you guys for like hanging out with me. Again, this is my first time I've ever done this, like legitimately with like the headphones and the microphone and the live stream and the chat. So I really appreciate you guys hanging out, sticking around. Hopefully I'll do a lot more of these now that it's all in place, and it's just a matter of firing up everything. So yeah, and leave comments. I'm just going to do like a little 5-minute patch and close it out because it's past midnight East Coast. And yeah, I think this has been good. But thank you for all the feedback. Hopefully my voice and the music, it has a good balance when I'm talking over it. I do bring it up and down when I'm talking. I'm using just a little attenuator to turn my mic on and off. Just kind of twist it there, which makes it really easy. And then the Zur Mixer has its own master that I'm turning up and down. So yeah. Okay, Jono just showed up. Okay, John. Hey, Jono, what's going on? I've been streaming now for about an hour or so, and like I just ended my patch, and I talked through furiously through my system. It's the first time I've been doing this. I've done a couple of them. I think you were actually on them like 2 or 3 years ago. But I finally set up the multi-tracking, go into the computer and the iPad for the chat, and I'm using my GoPro 10 to stream on YouTube, and the whole voice thing with the little mic here. It's been great. So I don't know why I have not been doing this more, but here we are, and I love talking to everybody. Again, like, super thanks for hanging out with me and just testing some things and making sure my voice sounds good over the music. And I'm hoping to do a lot more of these because now it's like really easy to set up. I've had this patch for a couple of weeks, and I've been testing it with my mom, who's Susan Horton, on the chat, and she's been watching them unlisted and giving me feedback on like what sounds good and what doesn't. So I finally went live today, and I went live a couple weeks ago, and it was just complete crap because I had my inputs all wrong, and I couldn't talk on it. Was just nuts. So this sounds a lot better, and I got this light, which is really cool, and I got the studio set up. This also helps me keep my studio clean. But anyway, I'm rambling. So again, thank you guys for hanging out, and I hope to do more of these. And yeah, cheers. Have a good weekend. Enjoy tomorrow and the rest of your weekend. Yeah, thanks. See ya.